I'm not. The other person is. As
I am not.
long as you keep it down.
Whoever the vote is.
Can't hear your stuff on the normal basis, so you should be fine.
Let's see if you're remote, right?
Okay.
Varian, I'm going to be back. I'm going to yell at your brother.
Oh no! What is so fascinating with my room?
It's new.
It's like to go in there and swirl
Patrick,
around.
we're gonna have a lot
Same
of.
thing you used to do to Madison.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna duplicate this a few dozen times, get our setting all nice and proper.
Nice and creepy.
Guys,
Throw it.
Hey, how's that looking for you, Varian? So, stop the bot quick. Then, oh, I think I lost the page I was on. Ah! Yeah, for some reason the page closed and now it's making me look at ads again. God dang it. Like it for not having YouTube Premium. Boop. There we go. Got it. So, if you guys are good, we'll start.
Okay.
Everyone can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Patrick?
I guarantee you he can hear you. He's just not listening.
Ah. Well, if that's the case, we'll get right into it. Our story takes place one dark, stormy night as the town and her fleet fight their way towards safe harbor. Torrential rain buffets the hull as the crew rushes to and fro to maintain their heading. The party has gathered upon the bridge, tension fraying nerves as the floor rocks beneath their feet. Looking out through the large windows of the bridge, you can barely make out the floodlights from the Havelock and Marauder. All around, lightning flashes, briefly exposing the fleet before throwing the world back into inky black. There was no warning. The storm just suddenly struck when the night reached its darkest hour.
Liam, where's that damn shard isle?
Captain Erebus struggles to hold the wheel, battling the fierce gales. From nearby, you hear Liam calling out, "We should have spotted it, Cap! It doesn't make sense!"
Could we have passed it by?
No! We would have seen the lighthouse. There's no way we could have missed that.
Aye. You too.
He points to you, Patron, and you, Jim.
Help Nomi. We need to find that isle fast so we can lose the fleet.
So, he goes back and grabs a hold of the wheel, ship wheel, and tries to keep on course. What do you two do?
Looking for an owl?
No, you're looking for some sort of sign of, well, anything, really. You're in the middle of a storm. You're looking for some safe harbor.
Oh, roll perception?
Yes, that's a good one.
Do you have any equipment on board, such as some form of telescope, spyglass, something like that?
Nomi is actually using the first mate. Nomi, sorry, is using the binoculars right now to try to spot anything out in the dark.
I have an
I
idea.
got a 15 on perception.
I use enhanceability.
Oh, would you mind describing what that does?
Second. Load page. Sorry, my man. Okay. Owl's Wisdom. The target that has advantage on Wisdom check.
Okay,
Perception
so
is wisdom
Patron,
check.
you have advantage.
No, it's 15.
Okay, so it's nearly impossible to make out anything really within this oppressive cloud cover, this storms and lightning, nearly making it impossible to discern anything really. However, you manage to just barely make out a point of light that seems consistent amidst the constant flashes of lightning.
I point it out and say, there, light.
Nomi hears your call and kind of focuses on your direction, says, "Hi! Heading 147." And a familiar call out from one of the bridge crew responds in kind. "Aye, 147. Marking." The captain turns the wheel, and the Talon shifts into a new course, making its way towards the lights. You can make out the Havelock and Marauder just barely shifting into view, and there's a moment where it almost looks like you're about to crash into each other, but the two captains are able to connect and keep on course. A moment longer, a dark shape is able to be made out amongst the clouds.
Yay.
Land hoy! Land ho! Not hoy, what the hell?
You good, Captain?
That was actually supposed to be the first mate, but we'll bring her in. Niles, get the Havelock and Marauder on the line. Make sure they follow our lead. Aye, sir. One of the bridge crew responds before rushing over to the sending comms. Rain buffets these windows, obscuring your view as the dark shape becomes more and more clear until suddenly, appearing out of the black, you see a lighthouse. The captain calls out, "Gears below!" and pulls at the ship wheel. The ship makes a hard turn, and I want you guys to make me a dexterity save.
Shit. I should have no problem with this. should being that keyword.
That's fine.
$19.
Okay.
Eleanor has a 25.
Dexterous heavy boy.
25.
Okay, yeah. A few of the crewmen members are thrown to the ground, but you guys manage to brace yourselves, grabbing onto maybe one of the consoles or one of the bridge supports, and just holding on as the ship nearly makes a 45-degree angle to avoid this darkened lighthouse that just appeared out of nowhere. Captain rights the wheel, and you can hear the engines groaning under the strain. Soon enough, the ship levels out, and the captain says, "We're coming in for a landing. You can spot a clear patch of ground over there. Say the same to the Havelock and Marauder." The bridge crewman makes another eye for speaking over the comms. Good enough. You hear heavy impact as your airship lands upon the ground. The engines whine and groan before slowly dying out. There's a collective sigh of relief from the bridge crew. His captain looks over to you, Patron, gives a nod and thanks.
You're welcome, good sir. Oh, God.
Well, we can be pretty sure the light wasn't coming from the lighthouse. Do you see anything outside? He looks towards you all.
Patron, you
I
still
guess I can
have-
do a perception check.
Patron still has advantage as long as it's not been an hour.
Oh yeah, it's not been an hour. It's barely been 5 minutes. Oh, granted, maybe about 10 minutes as the engine was shut down.
Right, so we just landed. I'm gonna step outside.
Okay, there is actually access from the back. It's kind of a gun position. If you want to show on the stream, the bridge has two doors on the outside, then one door that leads outside.
How am I access? I don't see the stream.
It's not in Discord. It's actually in Twitch.
Oh God, can I get a link?
Yeah. So, while you're doing that, I'll just describe. You step out the door and you're immediately just pelted by rain. Harsh winds kind of kicking at your clothing. You have a scaled hide. Do you have like a hood up or anything, or are you just kind of have that down and are kind of in a more relaxed state?
I don't have a hood up, no.
Yeah. So you feel this ice cold rain pelting against your scales. All around is darkness and trees.
Darkness and trees. That's all I see.
At the moment, that's about the first thing you see.
Well, I want to investigate because I did see a light. Is there a lighthouse? Oh, I assume there is.
The captain just mentioned that the light wasn't coming from the lighthouse, considering they had to avoid it.
Oh, that's odd. There is a lighthouse, so I will go investigate that if I can find it.
Okay. Are you doing this alone?
Now that you say that, EM in me says no, but the player says yes.
What's the player says? Because the enemy is exactly nothing.
Yeah, you want to be careful moving characters around. It's going to be kind of bad on... This part is always the worst, this area.
If Galanor would join me.
Yeah, Una, I want to make sure, are you actually going to be playing tonight, or were you just sitting in?
No, I'll play for a little bit, but I gotta leave by 9 or 10.
Okay, I gotcha. That's actually not too bad. I was planning on this being a shorter session anyway. So, yeah. As you are standing outside, you can make out the Marauder beginning to pull in now. Its sails look to be slightly damaged, but all in all, it's all right. One of the floodlights from the Marauder actually sweeps over and moves over towards the lighthouse. You can see it's a tall stone structure. There's no real fancy designs on it. It's just pure gray stone. If you want, you can give me a perception check, Patrick.
They'll have advantage.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thank God. I'd say 18.
Okay. Looking out at the lighthouse, you note that it's covered in overgrowth. There are weeds and vines crawling up the surface, and the very brief, it's not vague, glimpse you got of the kind of surroundings of the building itself, it is densely packed with overgrowth. Shrubs and new trees sprouting up along what would normally be the path up to the structure.
I walk up the path.
Now, I will remind you that Galnor is behind you.
Following.
Okay. So, you exit the ship. The crew giving you a bit of a worried look, as pretty bad storm out there right now. Una, you're following along?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Una's kind of following up the rear. Making your way up to the lighthouse. Path is worn, and clearly it's seen many years without use. Approaching the structure, you note that the door is hanging off the hinges.
Ooh. Like, okay, is it made in or out of the building?
It looks like it's hanging inwards.
Yep. Questioning. Does it look like it was broken inwards, or is this from natural decay?
You can make me a either a survival, investigation, or nature check. Each one will give you a different answer.
So, Varian, I have you turned all the way up, but you're kind of quiet for me. Is he quiet for anyone else?
He's a little quiet for me, but I can still hear him.
I'll go with survival.
And okay. As far as you can tell, it looks. Maybe the hinges rusted off. Would look kind of rotted. Yeah, not much you can tell from it, though.
I had player knowledge will say that something definitely broke in, but it's been quite a while, so
Oh, it's me now as I kick at the door.
What, the door?
I'm gonna kick at it.
Give me a strength roll. What'd you get? I think you broke up.
laugh.
I still can't tell if he said something or not.
Your child more than I hear Mason right now.
Yep. Mason.
Eight.
Eight.
There we
Okay.
Holy crap. Why can I hear your baby the entire time, but I couldn't hear you?
Loud.
You throw a kick and you think you've done well. You have thrown all of your power and might into this kick. The door does not budge.
I just kind of look at Patrick and why? What was the
And I tried, okay?
tried what?
To kick the door down. Rest of the way.
Living.
Oh, and just a note, this music, the track I've chosen for this is a bit quiet, so you might have to turn it up.
That's what I was thinking. Suddenly I couldn't hear anything on that.
So,
Yeah.
Galanor goes inside where it's not rainy. I'm gonna assume it's not raining directly inside.
You step forward and you push the door slightly, and there is a snapping noise, and the door just falls right off onto the ground.
Galanor just stares at the door like, what the heck caused that? And takes out a lantern and lights it.
Ah, yes, it's probably for the best, as those with low light vision would have trouble. Lighting around, and are you shining around the environment, or are you just shining it at the door?
Shining around the environment, trying to see what's inside here.
There's a small kind of entryway that greets towards the lighthouse proper. There's not much in this entryway, just kind of a small wooden table with a chair. Well, with the remains of a small wooden table and a chair, as the chair has broken one of its legs and has collapsed over, while the table it looks like it's on the verge of falling apart. The top of it's already kind of leaning over. The lighthouse proper, there is a small dining area featuring what appears to be a rusted stove and a kind of centered dining table with a few chairs around it. A desk in one corner, and a stairwell that leads up. A circular stairwell.
Say, let's go and investigate the light to see why it's
Oh,
not
light.
exactly working.
I'll tag along with him. Well, I'll light a torch and tag along with him.
Okay. Your foot, the harsh metal echo of each footfall reverberates through this in this dense silence as you climb up the stairs. Around and around. You soon arrive at the first kind of landing area. Here you find the remains of a bed and a dresser. Like, this is kind of a makeshift bedroom, if you will. And a space for a single person to kind of live their life privately, away from people. There are more
Look-
stairs that lead up. Sorry, what?
It look like it's been lived in recently.
You can give me an investigation check.
10,
15?
17.
17. Okay. Looking over it closely, you can tell it's been a long time somebody's slept in this bed, judging by the rat's nest and just the general kind of decay that's set in. The sheets smell foul, yo.
Speaking of sheets, I was gonna wash ours today and I didn't do it.
Ah, yes.
Speak-
Survey! Hello. Didn't realize you joined in.
Speaking of this room, you mention if there are any dressers or anything around here?
First, because someone decided to be a little bitch.
Couldn't have
Yes,
been me.
there is a dresser. Sorry, Sarby.
No, it was Smudge.
I would
There-
like to search it.
Okay. You can tell it's locked.
Is there any way to pry the drawer open?
You can always try to force it open or try to break it.
I'll try and break it open.
Okay, that is a strength check.
16.
16. You round up and throw a punch, striking the handle area. There is a sizable crunch as the weak wood gives away immediately. The lock now bent out of place.
So
Not that it serves a
opens.
purpose anymore with your new handhold.
I
Normally,
open
I
and
would
search it.
Normally, I would condone action like this, but considering we're trying to see if whoever lived here was from long ago or current, let it pass.
So, opening inside, you see just a large amount of clothing just covered in mothballs. It's looks like nobody's used these in a while. There is a sailor's cap in there. But beyond that, there's not really much in here.
Well, Eleanor, nothing but clothes in here. Seems the person could have been a sailor. There's a sailor hat in here.
Is there a name on the inside?
Ooh, I'll check for a name tag.
Okay. looking it over, you do find a name. Micah Hollis.
Can someone write that down?
Micah Hollis.
Yeah, Micah as in Mika, and then Hollis as Hallis. Well, they're doing that. Serby,
Hey, howdy.
you aboard the Havelock have kind of helped steer the ship in as they come to rest on an isle. It's a harsh storm, and that's made it almost impossible to see. But from what you've heard over the ship's comm, it appears that the Talons spotted a light in the darkness, and after narrowly avoiding just a direct collision with a lighthouse with no light, they managed to land in a nearby clearing. You brought in the Havelock and landed it nearby. And as you're sort of getting the landing preparations all done and completed, one of the bridge crew noted that the rest of your party was making their way over to the lighthouse.
Okie dokie. Is there anything else in the nearby vicinity to take note of?
Other than the fact that the lighthouse seems very abandoned and decrepit, and also that it is dense, dark trees all around.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna head up to the lighthouse.
Okay. So we'll say that as you are kind of finishing looking through this wardrobe and noting the name on the hat, you hear the telltale signs of somebody coming up the stairs from below. That is towards Galanor, Unai, and Patron.
Sorry, what?
You hear somebody coming up from below, coming up the stairs from below.
I throw my torch toward that direction.
You have not once have you mentioned lighting this torch, you know. So,
Did
Serby,
said I
as
liked
you were
the
walking
torch.
up the steps, making your way up, you hear the sound of crashing as something hits the wall and starts slamming down the steps towards you.
Oh,
Just give me a dex save.
Connor watching the torch go by his head into the stairway. Just
give me one
hi.
second. I am not prepared. Dex save?
Yep. There's
25.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm doubting you'd fail this. As I was gonna say it was an 8. As you have dark vision, so you spot this what looks to be basically a stick with cloth wrapped around the top of it.
Instead of avoiding it, can I just reach over and pick it up? And
You
carry
got
it
a
with me?
25, baby. It's all yours. You catch it as it's careening down the steps towards you.
It didn't hit the bottom.
I continue to walk up the stairs.
Bunk, bunk, bunk. The sound gets closer and closer, Patron.
Uh,
Two attempts. It did nothing.
Who's there? I'm warning you. I'm a man of a god.
Are you?
Not a man of God. I'm a man of a God.
Are you being cowardice?
No.
How
Just
long
imagine.
is this stairwell?
Oh.
Jesus.
I
Oh,
think
no,
I
you-
broke the couch.
Yeah, you're just about reaching there now, we'll say. Just the first thing Patron sees is your horns appearing as you reach the top of the steps.
Two pink horns pop up from the fucking stairwell entrance.
Gone, foul beast!
Under
Survey's head pops up. It's like, really? Really?
Oh, it's you. Oh, okay. Okay.
Fucking hell. Are you the one that threw this? And holds up the torch.
Yeah, can I have that back?
Cocks it at him.
I was hoping you'd say, no, it's confiscated.
Patron, I know that it's Serby, probably one of the top 3 scariest creatures I've met,
Damn straight.
but you live with them.
I love how there's no response to that. So, yeah, you guys have met up with Serby. Do you guys continue to head up?
Sure. I have my torch,
I do.
and I wish to light it.
Well, actually, Galanor does have a lantern lit right now.
I do tell Serby that we are currently seeing what happened to whoever used to live here. We know that the name of whoever was in this room is more than likely Micah Hollis from clothing we found in the desk over there.
Wardrobe.
Wardrobe. Pointing toward the hole
Wardrobe.
that Patron put in there.
Ah, yeah. That. So, are you explaining this as you're heading up the stairs? Okay. So, yes, the echoing sounds of your footfalls on metal reverberate throughout the space as you rise higher and higher. There's another landing. This time it doesn't seem to be much on there. So I imagine you continue heading up, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, soon enough, you arrive at the top. Here you see a hatch and a ladder. There's
Climb
just
the
enough
ladder?
space for you guys to actually kind of, for those taller of you, you kind of have to stoop down a little bit.
Like killer
Uh,
cats.
I hand Patron the lantern as I make my way up.
Okay. So, you will open the hatch and climb up. On the other side, you're greeted with oh god, I forgot what I had the name of it. I can't remember it anymore. The space where the light is. The center kind of mechanism with various mirrors all centered around a singular lamp, which is unlit.
Does it appear to be broken in one way or another?
No, and by all accounts, it looks perfectly intact. The only real problem is dust and grime on the various windows and lenses around you.
Serby, anyway, we
Yes?
could hire you for a clean-out detail.
What do you need me to clean up?
The room.
Specifically.
Floors, walls, ceiling, mirrors, windows, lamp.
I can clean up the mirrors real quick.
I didn't know Galanor was so sexist. Good lord.
What the fuck, man? See, new sides to everyone today.
No.
Patron's racist. Galanor sexist. Paladins, man.
If Galanor was gonna have a girl clean everything, he'd be asking Patron.
Aw.
Siri fucking cackles at that and cleans up the mirrors with prestidigitation.
Okay, soon enough, all of the mirrors are crystal clear, and I imagine you do the windows as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You note that as you get one of the more dirty windows clear, there is actually a message
Get out.
kind of taped to the window or attached to the window in a way.
Oh.
I'm gonna kill her cats. I'm gonna kill them.
Ah, yes, the cat's the killer of Sprite cans.
No, she just fucking shot a thumbtack out of the wall at me trying to get out from behind the curtain.
Oh.
And the other one's on top of the dresser and can't get herself down.
Cats, man. Anyways, message?
Okay. Hold on, I have to shift things around just a little bit. Ah, here we go. It says simply, "Gone to the play. Should be back shortly."
Something says not back short.
Light the lighthouse.
Anything dated?
No dates. It's just a simple note. You can tell that the page itself is yellowed from time. Probably the only reason it's still in such good condition is it's basically in a sealed environment.
Trying to. I don't know if I have. Spells. What do I come to?
Guys, my mic's on. My mic's on.
Oh, it's a joke.
I don't have.
Again? No.
I don't have anything that can help me with that.
Shall we light the house?
You know how to light the lighthouse.
Well, I'm gonna look for an area that takes oil and proceed to vomit into it, and then go up to the wick thingy and try and light it if it has that. Otherwise, can I roll in an investigation or like perception to see if I can figure it out?
You can roll me an investigation. 15? I'm
Yeah.
guessing you said? Yeah. If we don't respond to your number the first time, please do try to
1-5.
repeat it, because sometimes your mic does not seem to grid it.
1-5. It's an old laptop. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I just want to make it clear we're not trying to ignore you or miss. We sometimes just can't hear you.
Patrick,
So-
before you start throwing up, you might want to consider if your oil is the same as lamp oil.
Or whatever oil is used for this. So after careful examination, you do note that there is a receptacle for fuel. And when you
I
open
open it.
you smell just a horrid foulness.
So, is there a fluid in there?
There's something in there. It smells bad.
Is it a
I'm
body?
gonna dip my finger in. Swipe and bring my hand back out of it.
You come back with a greasy, foul liquid.
Decayed body.
Lick it.
It's
Dude, what you just say?
I was about to say, please don't eat it,
it tastes
but I didn't because I didn't think it was a foul.
just nasty. It tastes like oil that you vomited up 3 times in a row and then let sit for a week.
So, hey guys, we gotta drain this oil.
I'll
This is a
pass.
bad shit.
You, I mean, you can attempt to do so.
Surprising more and more.
I did the mechanic thing and tasted the fluid. Leave me alone.
Eleanor just stares blankly. Just like,
So we have 2 options here. I can either throw a lit torch in there and let it burn off, or I can try and drain it.
is there any bucket around?
I'm saying this to you guys.
Is there any what around?
Bucket.
There is actually a bucket nearby. It's overturned and looks like it's been sitting there for a while. It's covered in a fine
we-
layer of dust.
Are we able to? Is the opening for the fuel reserve big enough to get the bucket down inside of?
No.
You're supposed to drink that.
No, we're not supposed
Need
to
a
drink
hose.
it.
We need a hose. Fin it out.
Well, it's because I want to test to see how flammable this thing is, because it could either, if we throw a fire down there and it's like gasoline, this entire place will explode.
Oh, here. I take one of my oil bottles, pop it, dump it, scoop what's in the reservoir out with it.
Okay. So, pushing this small oil vial in there and trying to get some of the stuff out. The top layer is still liquidy. The further you go down, the more thick the substance gets until eventually you're just reaching a layer of dense grime.
Scoop and pull it out. Send it to Galanor.
Hey, you hand it over to Galanor, and you can. Do you want to do an alchemy check for me, Galanor?
Yes, actually. What would I add to that? Efficiency on that, or
You've gotten to the point where, yeah, I'd say you have some proficiency.
just adding proficiency would?
Yeah, for now, just add proficiency,
19.
unless you brought your alchemy kit with you.
My alchemy
19?
kit. My alchemy kit is always with me. It's attached to my leg.
Oh,
That's
well,
what-
whatever your alchemy goes off of, then I believe that is wisdom?
Well, it doesn't really change anything,
Ah.
so it goes from 19 to 20.
Yeah, so, studying this substance closely, kind of moving it around in the vial, you're pretty quick to note that this fuel source is basically unusable. It's reached a point where it's corroded the material around it. Basically, you're pretty sure that the mechanism is probably damaged.
Oh, what's the news, Galanor?
So, from looking at the quote unquote oil that I'm holding, I can tell that the machine inside is destroyed.
Yeah, essentially the lining of the fuel tank is just bust.
We're gonna need a new fuel tank. I do a test to see how flammable some of it is.
The fire goes out pretty quickly. It's reached a point where it's basically useless as a flammable. I forgot what the word is for it.
It is more water than
Bustable.
oil.
Yeah, it's more water than oil. In fact, when you're holding it up, you can actually see like a layer of water and then blackness below it.
It don't look like oil. It looked like rainbow.
Yeah.
Oh, so the lighthouse is fucked.
In a sense. So, Serbia, as this is going on, Serbia or not, you can give me this. Either of you can give me a perception check.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Wow, Google's really slow. $13.
So, looking outside the window, the rain almost seems to lessen, allowing you, at your higher vantage, to make out numerous lights in the darkness. A distant town.
Nice in town.
Unai, you say this out loud, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys all hear Unai? As she mentions, there is a town in the distance. Guys.
Yep, I hear you.
Oh, I just got silent, so I wasn't sure.
I heard something about we hear towns in the distance.
Yeah.
That is.
Well-
I did hear correctly. We hear a town in the distance.
Yeah,
You
there.
can see a town in the distance.
Yeah, you see numerous lights in the distance that look like some sort of town.
Town!
Wish I had the ability to scry. Alright, let's go to the Five Nights at Freddy's place.
So, you guys ascend to the lighthouse?
Yep.
Okay.
Because if there's a town nearby, they should know that the lighthouse is no longer working. So, more mystery on why they haven't fixed the lighthouse.
I mean, it's gotten to the point where the door is literally decayed off the hinges.
But it can still survive a kick.
Yes. It could.
It just couldn't survive Galador walking through it. It just
Snapped right off the hinges.
To be fair, I don't think much of anything can survive Gallagher trying to walk through it.
This is also fair. Okay, so a few minutes pass and you guys are back out in the rain.
Ugh. Cold and wet. Two
Oh, it
things
is
I
cold
hate.
and wet. It is definitely the middle of the night now. It's deep darkness.
Two things Unai absolutely hates is cold and wet.
So
Would
the
you
old
like to hold the
cobblestone
lantern?
path beneath your feet leads off into the woods. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, Galanor.
I was just offering Unai to hold the lantern since there's at least some fire heat from it.
I will take it, but that means I have to go in front.
Okay. So, as I said before, there is the old cobblestone path you guys followed up to the lighthouse actually does lead off into the woodlands.
I do have one question I want to throw out.
Because
As of last official session we had, Shrimp Buff was gone. Is he still gone now, or do I have him back?
I'll say you can have him back.
Okay.
Right on your shoulder?
Yes.
I hate the rain. It's like a bath from the sky.
I hate the rain too, little buddy. I hate it too.
I handed the jar of blood from there. Take a bath in this later if it helps.
He attempts to start drinking it.
We'll see what happens. I said my
Okay.
sentence. If he decides he's gonna try to drink it, he can fall in that grenade.
I want to do it, so they're not bad.
Yeah.
I just don't want
You already forgot the fact that you pulled it from the lighthouse itself, and roll me a d6.
I'm sorry.
What'd you get?
2.
So, that's how much poison damage he takes.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's over the next few minutes, though. So, do you guys begin following the path? It seems to lead in at least the direction of the town.
Yeah, we'll follow the path.
Yep.
Okay.
You're not going in there, cat.
You say anything to the ship, or just go on your way?
I'll let
Hey,
the shit now.
If out of town, we're gonna head over to it.
You actually say that?
Tell them to stay in the ship.
Found a town and we're heading over to it.
So his response is, "Well, we're safer now. I'll check in with the other captains, see if there's any more damage. Would you check in with the locals? Don't want them thinking we're here with bad intentions."
Sure.
All right, then. You do hear him kind of mumble something to himself. Do you want to give me a perception check? Who is the one actually speaking? Well, yeah, since it's Patron. Do you want to give me a perception check?
Do I get that adventure still or not?
Has it been an hour?
11.
What'd you get?
12 twice. It's 11.
Oh, bad. You see her. You can just. It sounds like he's confused for a moment, but then kind of raises stuff. You're not too sure what he said, though. Yeah. So,
Well, that can't be bad in any way.
you make your way. Well, the party makes its way through the dense woods, eventually arriving to what appears to be an actual road. Not paved, of course, but a large road meant for carriages.
Nice. Well, did we see the town's lights in one direction?
Yeah, the road actually seems to make a direct path towards the. So, how about you stop messing with that?
Bring Survey into the picture.
I know.
No.
Let's stop because I can't focus.
It's weird that
Where was I?
it's weird that the lighthouse is abandoned and in ruins. The town still has lights. Understand how they still get stuff in at night or like in general if the lighthouse is not working.
Rain beats down on you as you make your way towards the lights. Along the way, you notice what appears to be an old farmhouse. Something I actually have an image for, but it's... For some reason, my other images, I forgot to save, apparently. I guess they didn't go over to this phone, which is annoying. Only 2 of them got over.
Stop playing with the figures.
Let's
Oh,
have
that is the wrong chat. Whoopsie. Clicked on the wrong button because I'm an idiot. There we go. So, yeah. You see an old, what appears to be farmhouse, overgrown with weeds and just generally looking into a state of disrepair along your path. The plain spot beyond it, which you normally would assume to be some sort of farmland, are clearly overgrown. You even see a few patches of trees starting to grow up within the clearings.
Lord. If the whole town's like this, I don't understand why there are lights.
Why indeed? Why indeed?
It's a mystery.
Well, we
I
already
don't know why
know
I just
that
gave myself a list.
we already know that the lighthouse keep went missing, going to a play, and that
Should we
happened
investigate
years
the
ago.
farmhouse?
How long does it look like the farmhouse has been abandoned?
Have you checked the image? Or are you going to try to make a check to tell?
I'll look. Probably still.
Yeah, because it's nature or survival check.
Either way, it's only +1. And it doesn't matter. Gosh darn my dice.
Huh. Looks like it's been there a week.
Thank you, Scrum.
Hi, boss. You're the smartest.
Is he still drinking that?
Hold on. I'll make a roll. Yep. Boss, the snack is spicy.
This is so spicy.
The rain's purple. Okay, so you guys have seen this old farmhouse, this decaying building. Do you continue moving on towards the town?
Mm-hmm.
I wanna check the farmhouse out quick.
Okay.
You doing it by yourself?
So the rest of the period moving on where Patron, do you just want to make a quick kind of glance inside?
Yeah.
So if you've ever seen an abandoned building, how all the detritus and material just kind of picks up in the corners, you can see like leaves scattered on the floor, like that.
Yes.
Just kind of shine a lantern through it and looking it over. It is in a state of ruin. Like part of the ceiling is collapsed and the windows are completely coated in a layer of grime.
Step in there.
I'll give you one chance. A perception check with disadvantage.
Nine.
9? I'm sorry. So
Nine,
as you look,
sorry,
you don't
nine,
really see anything of note. It's such a ruin, you doubt there's anything really recoverable inside. Anything of
All
use
right,
is
I go
probably
catch
well
up with
run
the
away.
others.
So you quickly return back to the group and continue back on your way towards the village, town. Yeah. As you approach closer and closer, all of you give me a perception check.
What did you say?
All of you give me a perception check.
Does that do anything for me?
Well,
17.
yeah. What'd you get, Kate and Dunai?
7.
Serbian Kate and Dunai. 7?
23.
23. Okay, so yeah, you all notice pretty quickly that, well, everyone except for Unai, because she's trying to get the rain out of her eyes. You all
I
notice,
got a 27.
oh, you got a 27. I thought you just said 7.
No.
So yeah, you all notice fairly quickly that one by one the lights are beginning to go out. Closer and closer. It becomes the point where it's almost like with each step forward, another light goes out. Soon enough, as you guys come to the town's gate, only one light remains.
Where is that light at?
You can't quite make out what it is yet, as it's within the town and it's kind of obscured by various buildings. But you can tell it's a very bright light.
I
And
want
it's-
to make my way to it like a moth on a flame.
So, you step forward, approaching the town gate, and the town itself is surrounded by a high wall. Well, a high wall for a peasant town, so it's about up to your about 7 foot tall. Enough to block out any pests and boars and the like, but if you had enough time, you could climb over pretty easily. But the gate itself is wide open. Bits of detritus and wood kind of stick out of the ground out of it, half buried in the mud. Your feet kind of sink in as you're stepping through and entering into the town proper, Patron. Is everyone following the same?
I gotta stay together because I don't trust this town as far as I could throw myself, so.
Yep.
I have to say myself, because if I try to throw anybody else, I will be throwing them for the next block.
Yeah. This is when we learned that Galanor is an Olympic long jumper. Okay, so you guys enter in just right in. Okay. Yeah. So beyond the entrance lies a row of residential buildings, dark windows gleaming in the flashes of light of the lightning from above, the flash of the lightning. Yeah. This is close enough to what my vision of this that kind of looks like. Just imagine that as you're kind of walking forward. That image I just put in general.
Light. Is my mic really picking up the fucking TV?
Yes.
God damn it.
So,
Why did no one mention that?
I just realized it now as you said it. But how does that make you feel seeing that, guys?
I feel like
of-
everybody in the town is dead.
Yeah, that's creepy as fuck. I want to know what the light is, though. I want to keep going to that light.
Just the row of residential buildings, dark windows gleaming as you step past.
Interesting that these were full of lights and now they're gone, extinguished.
Did we hear anything in this town other than the rainfall?
Only the sound of the rain and the claps of thunder.
The atmosphere here.
Ovidus
Very
would love this.
creepy.
Ovidus would love this place.
Oh yeah.
I can hear in the audio. I can hear very, very faint growling.
Ah,
I guess we have nothing else to really, or other than the light, or we can go into any of these buildings with black windows. What do you
actually,
guys
I like
feel
these sound
safe?
effects. That's so much more atmospheric. Okay. So, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, Galanor. Got excited about the lightning. But, yeah, what'd you say?
I was asking the group, do you guys think we should go to the spooky house that has the light on? Or should we go into any one of the spooky houses that have black windows?
Light.
Black house.
Light.
The lighthouse is back that way, you and I.
It's so you're going towards the center of the town if you're going to the lighthouse, or you can check out the residential buildings along the way.
I could have put. It may not be a good idea for Surrey to poke her head in the window.
So you're taking a look in the window.
Yeah, sure. Let's cause a panic.
So I love how I have something very specific for that. So looking into the window, beyond is pure darkness. As you stare into the black, you feel a sense of unease, a discomfort that tingles the back of your neck. Something feels very off about the darkness.
This gives
Well,
me
considering my
slight
dark vision can't
Silent
cut
Hill
through it,
vibes.
yeah, there's something very wrong about this darkness.
Ah, somebody noticed.
What, the Silent Hill?
Instead of me causing a scene, it seems the darkness has caused a scene. No thanks.
Oh.
I casually mentioned this to the group.
I don't like this town.
Mm.
I don't like where we landed. Probably call the ships and tell them to stay on guard.
Yeah, probably a good idea. I call up the ships and tell them to stay on guard.
Okay. You get
Too
no
little light.
response.
Perfect.
Oh no.
So, stepping away from the windows, moving back down the road, you see the remains of what must have been a market. Stalls and tents having collapsed from the ravages of time. At your feet, you can make out what appears to be bits of what must have been paper at one point. Your material's too far gone to recognize anything really. But there must have been hundreds of them at one point.
These papers say.
Did you say what does the paper say? Gallagher?
Oh, I said yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that. You try to pick one of the more intact pieces of paper up, but it just literally crumbles apart in your hands, and anything else you can find, at least on the ground here, is too destroyed to be able to be legible. Yeah.
Oh, you all right? What do we know right now? We have town that has been and gone for a while. Our ship, captain, no longer respond to us due to unknown means. And we have a spooky light. And Serby said something about windows.
Yeah, I said I couldn't see through the darkness in the windows.
It's a magical darkness.
Great to have Tom here.
And there are also a bunch of
Hang on,
papers on the ground that are ruined now.
Spells. Please tell me I have to detect magic.
You're blind.
If it'll load.
Oh, I just want to make sure. Gallagher, can you actually hear the rain and thunder while that he's doing that?
I heard it for a little while, but it stopped.
Ah.
I just hear this spook.
It's weird because I can actually hear it. Do I move it like that? Anything? Side note, are you actually able to see the rain falling?
Yes, I do see the rain falling.
Okay, give me a right click on that and go over looping effect and go to see what it says. Does it have 1, 2, and 3 on it?
Are you talking about state?
No, it's the looping effect at the top.
Oh, the very top says shuffle.
Ah, then yeah. Weird. Uh-oh. Oh, froze up for a second. But I'm guessing if I do that,
I wish to cast detect magic.
Okay. You are greeted with a strange view. A mix of blacks and blues and purples, obscuring your view almost. You feel sick.
Guys, this is some weird magic, and say it was blinding, but it's not bright. It's like a fog almost.
That's actually a very apt description.
Thank you.
I will note it is not pleasant to look at,
But,
and that's all you're seeing.
Well, I guess that means we're going into the light.
Okay, so you guys will make your way forward again?
Yes. Oh, look into the light. What do I see? With the detect magic on.
It is too far to make anything out at the moment,
Okay, cool.
because I know that has a range.
Yeah, it does, but it will last 10 minutes. So as long as we get close enough within that 10 minutes, I should get something out of it.
So, the further and further you go into the town, I'm going to say you actually kind of do run out your time by then. When you actually do.
Okay.
So keep on moving forward, and eventually your vision does wear out. The closer and closer you get, the brighter this light grows. The only thing that's really obstructing it now are the taller buildings, the sloped roofs.
Oh, don't pull on that cord, Juniper. No. Hmm. I don't want to use.
You begin to
another
pass
detect
by
magic
walls
right
with overhangs, some of them featuring posters and um, old, you can see as messages. I'm not really sure what they would have read at one point, but it's really not really focused right now. You guys are making your way towards the center of this town.
Stop. Stop it.
Soon
Put you on
enough,
my lap so you stop crying. That
you
doesn't mean you grab me.
arrive at the source of the lights. A grand theater building shining like a star in the night. This building stands out from the rest. It seems to be in pristine condition. Brightly illuminated marquise reading in bold letters. Now showing Whispers of the Dark. A teller window
that's-
is set at the front between a set of two doors. No one can be seen. Sorry.
You're good. Struggle with child.
I'll just start over up. A teller window can be seen between a set of two doors. However, no one is at the ticket window, but the doors are wide open.
Can I cast another detect magic and deplete another spell slot?
Yes.
What do I see, great and powerful DM?
You see a deep purple light.
So it is different. I do announce this to the others that this building is different hue of magic than the rest of the town.
Hmm.
Do you know what type of magic?
Oh, I have no idea.
You're casting the spell, aren't you?
Tells you what
Yes.
kind of magic it is.
I don't have the description of the spell.
I'm going to make you start
Okay.
looking at that because I always have to look it up myself.
I see the presence within 30 feet.
I want to make sure I got the right color.
Credit School of Magic. It says by identifying it. I know what school of magic it is.
So, I would like you to have this list up for next time, but you can tell the deep shade of purple indicates it's from the School of Illusion. You heard me, right?
It's fake.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. Sorry, I said it. I said the building's fake.
Ah.
Illusion. The building's fake. It's all a lie. The cake's a lie.
And
Oh.
all right.
Sarah, help me.
So, what do you guys do? Patron has just told you this building is not there. Or at least it is cast some form of illusion cast upon it.
Anybody have dispel magic?
Don't believe I prepped that one.
Where's my spell list? Spell list. Oh, apparently. Your runes, Wrathful Spine.
Spell magic is level.
Like you would have it if it's
I do have the spell
Alrighty.
magic.
yeah,
Or
you would
the-
definitely have it. If you don't have it in your spell list, I'm sorry, you don't have it.
So I used spell magic on the building.
Okay. You cast your dispel magic, and suddenly the exterior of this gleaming structure loses its luster. Like shattered glass, the image breaks apart, and you are left with a decayed, burned building. However, the lights are still on.
Huh.
And yes, the illusion has been removed.
The lights are on. Does anybody want to holler and ask who's home?
Yeah, sure, I will.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'll use my charismatic intimidation to essentially. Ow, Juniper, can't drill at me like that. Oh, let go of the dice. Thank you. I say, whoever is around, other than my party, please show yourself or face my wrath.
Give me an intimidation.
Uh, 19.
19?
19.
Are you saying 19 or not? I can't tell.
Yeah.
1, 9.
Okay. You hear nothing. The sound of the rain falling around you and the distant claps of thunder.
Alright, I'll let you
Just as you give up and are about to go, or continue on, you feel a breath on your ear.
Oh, I spin around.
Give me a perception roll.
18.
10?
1, 8.
1, 8?
1, 8.
18. Okay. You see a brief flash of green. You only get this because of your magic sight. By the way, if you want the what I'm using for the magic sight, just look up schools of magic colors.
Yeah, I was about to do that.
Yeah. I'll give it to because you're looking at her, baby. You can tell that is the school of necromancy. When I say it's flashed in the corner of your vision, I mean it's literally in the very corner of your vision as you kind of quickly turn around.
Wow.
Well, we have necromancy apparently. That just heard a whisper. That was me spinning around, guys. I'm not going crazy, I swear. And I saw a flash of green.
Damn. You sure you're okay, Grandpa? Do we need to take you back to the ship?
I believe you're older than me. Nip it.
I'm like 23-ish. Maybe 25. Hang on.
Just imagine the Serbi like actually having this conversation. I'm 23, maybe 25.
I've lost count. All right. Too many
Listen.
vendors.
Listen, we're both in our 20s. Let's just leave it at that.
Grandpa's,
I'm 6.
Thank you, Scrumpbuff.
Galinor's
yeah.
just
Thank
standing
you.
there like, if you're 23 and he's in his 20s and he's a grandpa, what does that make me?
Listen, if anyone is the grandpa, it is him, and I point to Galanor.
I've seen him throw a fucking solid obsidian coffin lid. He is no
and
grandpa.
Have you ever tried to fight your grandpa?
He's a grandpa.
I am not a grandpa. I am a walking
Grandpa
artifact.
Warboss!
Gosh darn.
He's an old man.
What have I started?
Prosthetics.
I am a
Randy
walking
Warboss.
artifact. Thank you very much. Now, I say we should probably head back to the ship.
Okay.
We have
just
no.
having fun.
Would you like to stay with your school of necromancy?
Nah, I'll follow you.
Our ship has
So you guys are leaving?
I have no reason to stay in this town any longer.
Well, I mean, it is necromancy. What says you, paladin of or holy faith?
Heroism.
Heroism.
She's
I am
supposed to
to be
deal with this. Isn't your god supposed to strike this down?
No.
My god is to be a hero to those in need. There is no one alive here to be a hero to.
I'm in need.
You are in need of a therapist.
I'll go
Ow.
eat whatever it is.
I'm going to confirm this. I'm going to confirm this.
Listen, I eat my feelings away, okay?
Guys, I need to confirm this. Are you heading back to the ship?
No, I'm staying.
Okay.
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 One say.
That's it. Galinor's headed out.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Patron. As you watch the rest of the party go away, from inside the building, you hear faint music beginning to play.
Ooh, sounds like the play is starting.
Did we hear him say this?
Not
Sure,
be quiet about it.
Yeah, he's not going to be quiet about it, from what I can tell.
And I'll start walking into the building.
Okay. So, just so you know, the rest of the party, you guys will be returning to the airship. The story will just be focusing on Patron for now. Is that all right with everybody?
I guess.
Okay. So, entering the lobby, Patron, you find here again more of this illusion magic everywhere. The exterior has lost its luster, but the interior, it still looks fresh. You can see the plush carpet on the ground, bright velvety colors. This ornate lobby with fine architecture, kind of gold filigree lining the walls. It is empty, not a soul to be seen. A concession counter is set into one of the walls, upon which it features many simple snacks and even some fruit that looks freshly picked. On either side of the far wall are two metal doors. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna go through the doors because I know this is an illusion. Ain't touching those snacks.
Okay, so you approach the door. I'll give you this. As you come closer, you note that there are posters along the wall. Mostly because they feature a beautiful woman
Oh, this could be someone in mourning, and that's why they make the illusion.
But you want to focus on the doors, right? So, open the door. You are treated with a grand spectacle. The space beyond is a work of art, fine decorations and architecture giving a feel of class and sophistication. Rows and rows of seats lead up to a grand stage in the center view. The seating itself is enough to fit 1,000. Oh, more than 1,000 even. And every chair is full.
Every chair, there ain't even a chair for me.
You pass by the rows of occupants. This kind of hushed silence, all consuming around you. As you go down this long set of stairs that make way towards the stage, center row in the very front are 4 open seats.
Let me guess, we're not gonna get to leave, are we?
Oh no, you guys left.
I'm going. I take a seat.
Okay.
Play the game.
You take a seat, and so there are the 4 seats, and like I said, it's in the very center of these of this row with all the other seats occupied. Do you sit on one of the edge seats, or do you sit in one of the center seats?
I'll sit on an edge seat.
Okay. Huh. You note that the individual you're sitting next to has been kind enough not to occupy the armrest, so you have that all to yourself as you sit in this very comfortable plush leather seat.
How nice of him. I don't know the gender yet.
It's difficult to tell. They're rather plain in appearance. You look past that, though. As, like I said, they're pleasant enough to let you sit there without any bother. Ahead of you, however, upon the stage, the curtains are closed. A hushed silence takes over, as even the rain outside seems to die down and become silent. You are left alone as suddenly the lights kick out and you are left in total darkness. Do you do anything, or do you just sit there? Patron?
Sorry, I was muted. People were talking. I'm gonna let the show start. I'm just gonna let it continue.
A faint music begins to play into your ears. The curtains open, and you are treated to a scene. A beautiful woman sits on the stage. The kind of beauty that is almost unearthly. She dons a wedding dress, but not like what you're used to. Not this kind of white or colorful. It is a dark, dark black. Behind her, artfully drawn, is a red moon. Though her facial features are hidden behind a black veil, you are sure this woman is beautiful. Just kind of earth shakingly beautiful. Her voice seems to echo into your head as she begins a play. And that is where you lose consciousness. The rest of the party, as you guys trudge through the woodlands, making your way back towards the ships, you can see there are lights now. It seems that the rain has died down quite a bit. The distant thunder has died down, just basically little more than a faint rumble every now and then. The rain itself has dropped to a light drizzle. And you can make out the floodlights from your airships kind of cutting through the darkness and sweeping to the open skies. Who has the direct line to the captain? Okay, Servant.
Yes, hi.
You hear over your sending phone. Admiral, are you there?
Yes, we're here.
Oh, good. You finally responded. We're trying to contact you.
Ah.
Are you all right?
Yeah, this place is weird. This is very weird.
You hear a kind of disturbed chuckle, like that sort of like, you're telling us.
Oh?
We just said we tried to contact you, right?
Yeah.
Well, we got a hold of something.
Oh. Oh dear.
Yeah. And he says, it just kept on whispering at us. We were at the verge of just kicking out the Artie and sending a shell into the town.
Yeah, no, that would have been bad. Oh dear, patron's still in there.
I'm still up for the setting a.
Patron,
No.
say his name correctly.
I'm still okay with setting a shell into there.
Think patron will survive it?
We'll give him till morning.
So, you guys return to the ship and board on and keep your eyes out on the tree lines. Now the floodlights are pointed towards the town. It's kind of patient silence as you wait. In the distance, the light grows brighter as the night goes on, until suddenly it begins to flicker and die out.
Oh.
Soon enough, only the darkness can be seen along the horizon. The rain stops completely now, and you are left in an uneasy silence. Your only comfort is the sound of the generators and the engines, the light little hum as the ship tries to keep itself warm in the cool nights. Soon enough, dawn approaches. The first lights being cast, illuminating this, what you now realize, dead wasteland. The dense overgrowth is now revealed to be clearly in some state of decay. These, what you thought first were green grass brown and and dead. Yeah, it's brown and dead. The
So-
trees are all leafless. Not a single one is alive.
Hmm.
Is there a way I could check to see if the land is desecrated?
I'm not actually sure. Do you, if you want to look up that, I'm not really sure about your paladin order.
I see.
And as the first lights extend towards the town, you return to Patron. Patron, you find yourself
Yes.
clapping, giving a standing ovation, practically cheering. You don't know why, but you feel this sense of elation, this pride. And that is the first thing you realize as you kind of come into this consciousness again. Just yourself clapping, standing, just giving this ovation. And you don't know why. Perhaps some part of you is confused. How would Patron respond to that?
Sorry, I was reading Dispel Magic. I find it you find it odd. I don't remember the play. So I know something's up, so I'm gonna cast Spell Magic.
Your magic has no targets. Patch, and you realize as you're kind of moving around and maybe you're making motions, maybe you're just kind of adjusting yourself, that this space, this ornate room you remember before, it has become a decrepit ruin. Faint shafts of light filter through holes and in the ceiling, illuminating the space around you, revealing a ghastly scene. I stated before that the house is packed so that every seat is filled except for 4. They are still filled.
Corpses, I assume.
In a sense, yes. Skeletons. Well over 1,000 skeletons seated in this auditorium, all of them facing in one direction, facing towards the stage. They look caught up in rapt attention.
So,
Well, not a. Start with silence when we get into this, okay, man?
oh, my bad.
Okay, so
Hey,
they're all.
so I gotta dip. It's time for bed.
Yeah, we're about done. But
99.
Peace.
all of them, all of these skeletons, stuck almost in a pose of rapt attention facing towards the stage. What do you do, Patrick?
Well, I know that it's something with necromancy, meaning there's a necromancer somewhere. I'm going to try and persuade whatever it is to actually speak to me. I've
Okay.
given you time of day. I have sat through a show that you so desire to keep going. Will you come out and actually meet me? That is persuasion. So that's a dirty 20.
Hmm. At first, silence is the only response. Then, you hear a faint creaking. It is coming from the stage.
I assumed as much. A show that will never end.
The lights begin to shift more and more as sun rises, illuminating more and more of the space. Tell me, Patron, do you look at the stage?
I think Anchor Baby started getting fussy, so he unplugged his mic.
Ah, okay.
Turns
Bad
out
timing.
It's all an elaborate joke by Maury.
Be something Corey would do.
Yes, it would.
Oh, sorry, did I get a message?
Yes, from Patron.
Ah! Okay. So, upon the stage is a rather bare bones display. Gone is that lavishness. Gone is that sophistication. Instead, all that's left is a plain wooden stage. And in the center are 3 nooses. Each one holds a body. The first, a man in a gray suit. At least you assume it's a man. It's difficult to tell when it's skeletonized. The second is a fresher corpse. This looks to be another man. Mostly because of the fact you can still see his skin. He's in the latter stages of decomposition, but he has a look of pure existential horror on his face. The last, the scent. Oh. You. What? Damn it. Can you guys hear me?
There you are.
There you are.
Sorry. God, I'm trying to get the cool part. Okay, so the last one in the center hung the highest of the 3, wearing a black wedding dress, veil hung over, blocking their features. Is a woman. Her body's obscured, but you can still make out by the way that the cloth hangs off that beneath she is completely bone. However, she holds an item in her hands. What do you do?
He's typing. Investigate the item.
Okay. So, do you step up onto the stage?
Wants to look from afar for now.
Okay. So, give me a perception check then. You have no idea what that item is. I mean, it seems to glimmer in the lights. So, Oscan Patron, do you step onto the stage or do you leave?
Yes, say he
Okay.
steps up on the stage.
As you step up and get closer, you hear a loud shuffle noise behind you, as if there were many movements at once. I assume you heard that, right, Patron? Yeah. Oh, behind you. This is as you're stepping up onto it. I guess sort of around, actually. Behind and around is appropriate. Okay, looking back, you see that all of the skeletons, all of every single one in every single seat, they look to have leaned forward.
Definitely a Mori prank.
So, as you say, interesting. Do you turn to look back at the lady? We're having a text adventure, everybody. Only silence. Oh, charisma. Let's see if you got the charm. So, now, Patron, I'm imagining you're still looking at this audience. You haven't actually said you turn around. You say this out loud. You hear movement from behind. It sounds like shifting cloth. As you turn to look back at the woman, you note that her arms have extended out, revealing the item. You see a sword. The blade itself is a jet black, with the edges shining a bright silver. Okay, as you step closer to her, you can see the blade in more detail now. It is ornately designed. The hilt features numerous what appear to be kneeling figures, all centered around a red gemstone. There's also something else you notice. Give me another perception check. I'll tell you, you won't need high for this. As you have approached closer, this hanging woman, you initially assumed that her wedding dress was black. It's not. You can tell by the fact that some of the parts of the dress are actually lighter than the rest of it. As if that at one point it was white. As you grab the hilt of the blade, and begin to speak, asking her what she might want, the body collapses into dust. The dress, too, disintegrates like so much fine ash. You are left in the center stage, an empty noose. All is silent. You were able to leave. You exit the building, walk around out onto the empty street. All is silent. Okay. So, we return to the rest of the party now. You guys have been waiting a good while now. It's early morning by this point. You've all kind of eaten breakfast, gotten yourselves back in tip-top shape, and you carefully wait. You're getting onto the limits. The captain's questioning whether you perhaps want to intervene, maybe fly the ship over closer. When suddenly, out from the woods, comes Patron. He approaches the ship with a steady gait, and in his hands, he holds a black, gleaming blade.
Oh yeah, she's wet. You're very wet.
What do you guys say?
Oh, I'm not letting him on the ship until after I cast Detect Good and Evil on his entire persons, including that sword.
His entire person, as far as you can tell, he is good. Or, well, whatever the hell alignment you are, patron. Yeah, I shouldn't assume. Ah, it's good to have you back.
I think that's neutral. I wrote it down somewhere.
You said he is good.
Needless to
or
say,
whatever
patron
it
is patron.
But that doesn't give me an answer on the sword.
You can tell. Now, detect good and evil. What? Remind me what that does exactly again, just to make sure I'm going to say this right.
There's a few things that it does. One, it tells me if there's any celestials, aberrations, undead, but it also tells me if something like ground or objects has been desecrated or concentrated.
Okay, so first off, the ground looks desecrated as hell, yo.
It doesn't let me know if it's concentrated or desecrated, but it lets me know it's one of them. But if you so wish to let it pretty much flat out say,
Oh
it
no,
is,
you just from looking at it, you are damn well sure it's desecrated. That's only the cherry on top casting that spell or ritual or whatever you have to do for that.
spell in this manner.
The blade itself, it is desecrated. It carries with it a deep darkness. So,
Where'd you find the sword?
Off a corpse. Corpse that did a play. Amongst a crowd of dead.
And what part of your paladin instinct told you to?
The part where I have to inform the rest of my religion. It's part of my job.
Your job is not to pick up random cursed sword that can kill you. I would encourage you to put
If it helps.
I encourage you to keep that put underneath lock and key until you have that inscribed. Or
It
you
will
don't
stay
feel
on
like
me.
you should listen to that.
identify.
It will stay on me.
You hear a voice whisper in your head, I will always be by your side.
I say give it to one of the kobolds and experiment, see what happens.
Have one kobold.
We hear from the comm from the Marauder.
What are you speaking through? What the hell?
That was funny. But so the name of this blade, you know it by heart, Patron. The moment you touched it. It is simply
I don't have a
titled.
pencil. Okay.
Oh. You ready?
Yep.
Merciless Whisper.
Merciless Whisper. Alright.
Look at me, Dad. I'm a furry.
Oh, goddamn.
So, when using this blade, you gain a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls. This is treated as a magic weapon.
Really, the desecrated blade is magical?
What type of sword is it? Sword, short sword.
Uh, it is treated as a longsword.
Yeah.
Now, this weapon is cursed.
I assumed as much.
For the sake of this, you are treated as automatically attuned to it.
I don't think he's attuned to it. I think it's the opposite way.
What? No, I said he's attuned to it, right?
Yeah, you did. But again, I don't think he's attuned to it. I think the sword's attuned to him. Throwing a joke out.
Yeah,
It's
I didn't
cursed.
get it.
Because it's
Oh,
cursed.
Galanor, I am going to get on the ship now.
That thing under locking sheaths while you're on the ship. Don't trust it
Oh no,
at all.
it's gonna be shit. Don't worry.
Don't worry. You walked into a place and told me you picked up a sword off of a corpse. And then it has to be happens to be desecrated along with the entire continent we're standing on.
Yes.
What part
It was
should I
quite a
not worry about?
magnificent. It was quite a magnificent show. You should have seen it.
I'm gonna make you a bath of holy water.
No.
Watch
That's
me.
against my religion.
No.
You will bathe in the holy water.
You
You do look rather filthy.
I will burn in it.
Meanwhile, Scrunt Buff is like, oh, what did he do to deserve a bath?
Exist.
He sinned.
He's sinned.
And life's a sin.
So that was the special reward for this session. How are you guys feeling about that?
I feel like
I
it
like
wasn't
that.
a good reward.
I liked it.
For a Halloween
Aw.
event? Pretty good. Sorry, I joined halfway
Um,
through.
Oh, that's all right. Well, actually, you joined on fairly early. You just missed the
You're
opening part.
welcome for the next adventure.
By the way, I'll send you the text I have for it. It includes the curses effect. So what was wrong with that weapon, Galanor? I think it's a perfectly sweet blade.
It's cursed and desecrated.
See-
And my gosh, if Obidus was here, you would
I
not
have-
exist, patron.
I have one question. You count my jaws as a weapon? Or a body part?
Counted as a body part, technically.
You considered an unarmed attack, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. Only he gets increased damage because his teeth are serrated.
Does that mean I can take a file to
Oh,
actually
okay.
put divots into there?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Wait,
It's about time I got something cursed.
is it just
Yeah.
your lower jaw that's metal, or is it your upper jaw as well?
It's just my lower.
I was gonna say, if your upper jaw was also metal, we could try getting you and I to make like a chainsaw mouth.
That would suck. He wakes up in the middle of the night once with a night terror, accidentally activates it.
Yeah, but could you
There
imagine
goes
him
my
biting
tongue.
into something?
Oh yeah, no, he would just
All right, well-
annihilate them.
I have to dip, sadly.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
So, Oscar, did you guys enjoy tonight?
Yeah.
Yay! I was honestly super worried because if you guys just left, that was it.
I feel like you could have done something to pull us into there a little bit more, other than waiting until after we left to bring up something that would make us want to stay.
No. The whole allure is what could be going on inside. And I thought the idea of just adventure and trying to figure out what the hell's going on would draw you in.
I mean,
Yeah.
we did, and then we saw this burned down place, and you said it was a destroyed building that was charged, so my brain said the building was pretty much collapsed.
Oh, no, I said that the exterior was charred. I didn't say it was actually destroyed.
That's what my brain was telling me. So I was like, well, I have no reason to even go into a collapsed building.
My apologies. I thought you understood that. That's on me. Completely on me. Apologies. Should have worded that
I mean,
better.
you did say that the lights were on still on the inside, which baffled me. But I still didn't have anything anywhere around that would make me personally want to stay. Once you said that the music started up, I was like, well, if I would have heard that like 3 minutes ago, I probably would have gone in. But, oh well.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I never listened to the music.
What?
He says if the music started up 3 minutes, if he heard it 3 minutes ago. I don't play the music whatsoever.
Wrong music.
Two different subjects there, Tyler. Two different subjects.
Oh, okay, my bad.
The music
Sorry you
I-
joined so late, Tyler. But
I'm sorry, I was working.
yeah, I would love to have. Yeah, just I don't know where I'm going with this.
I would have loved to join, but
I think Varian, you're gonna have the VOD on if you want to catch up what happened. Estia.
Yeah, I'll
Right?
throw it over. Yeah, I'll be throwing it over to YouTube.
Okay.
I did like the atmosphere. That was I enjoyed that a lot.
I was trying to be more atmospheric. Was it a good Halloween event?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
I was-
you create a perfect island for the vampires.
And Maury.
Yes.
It is a desecrated land.